Hi everyone, my name is Mahmoud Sheikh and from past few videos I have been working on developing a dance academy website using PHP, MySQL, jQuery and Bootstrap framework. In my last video I completed the functionality of displaying coaches or instructors on the home page, and in this video I will discuss about developing the feature of allowing a student to upload the feedback. Before coming to this topic, I just want to tell you guys that if you guys like this video, click on like button, share it with your friends, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and if you guys have any queries then let me know in the comment section. So now let us start our discussion on designing the feature of providing feedback. Okay, so now this is my completely done website. So here you can see now I have logged in as one of the student, and when that student click on the provide feedback option, this kind of feedback form gets open where the student will going to add or enter the feedback, and the moment when a student click on the submit, the feedback gets stored inside the MySQL table. Okay, so this kind of design and functionality we are going to develop in this complete video. So now let me just close this window, and here this is my currently working website. Okay, so now let me just log in as a student. So now you can see I have logged in as student Peter Fernandez. Okay, so now when I click on this provide feedback, you cannot see anything because now I need to link the sidebar as well as I need to design the add feedback form. So let's go to our editor. So here you can see I have already created a file with a name called feedback PHP, and I have included some necessary code, like I have already included the database configuration file, and I have already started the session, and then I have written few PHP code which will allow only the authorized user to access this page. Now here you can see I have included the header PHP file and also the footer PHP file, and in between the header and footer I have created a div with a class of container. Then next I have created two divs. First div is of 3 column and the second div is of 9 column. In the first div I will be going to link my sidebar, which is student sidebar PHP file, which I have kept under the sidebar folder, and in the 9 column div I'm going to create an h3 tag to display the feedback title. So now let's just save it and let's refresh the page, and you can see the sidebar started displaying along with the feedback title on the right side. And next I have created a form with a few attributes like method, as post and action, feedback.php. Okay, so with this form I'm sending a post request to the same file. Now here I have created a div with a class of box, and again I have created a div with a class of row and few inline styling. Okay, and then I have created another div with a 5 column and a div with a class of form group, and here you can see I have created a label which is enter feedback and a text area with class form control and name as feedback, rows as 5 and columns as 40. Okay, similar to this form group I need to create one more form group inside a row. Okay, so here this is the row. Okay, so the moment when this first row gets completed, I have started another row and a div inside that row with a 5 column div and a form group to display the submit button. Okay, so now you can see I have given the name to this submit button as submit feedback. So I will be using the same name in my PHP code whenever I will be making a post request to the server. So now let's refresh the page. Now you can see it has started displaying the label along with the text area, and there is a submit button. Okay, so now I need to go for developing the functionality, that is I need to start writing down the PHP code. Okay, so here I will be using this name as I have said earlier in my PHP code. So now I am at the top to write the PHP code. Okay, so here I have written an if condition. If is set $_ submit feedback. Okay, so if the user has entered the feedback and when that user click on the submit button, if that post request is successfully been made, then I'm going to collect few details of the user, like the logged in users user ID that I'm trying to collect from the session, and I'm also trying to collect the logged in users role ID, whether the user is an admin, whether the user is an instructor or a student. Okay, so now in this case the person who is trying to give the feedback is the student. That's why I have tried to collect the student user ID and role ID from the session, and I have stored those things inside this variables. Okay, now along with the user ID and role ID, I also need to collect the feedback. Okay, so as you can see here, I have given the name as feedback, so the same name I need to refer here as well. Okay, so now the details are collected. Next thing I need to do is I just need to write an SQL query which will insert these details like user ID, role ID and feedback inside the feedback table. Then I'm executing this SQL query along with passing the connection. If this SQL query successfully gets executed, then I will redirect the user to feedback PHP file by showing the messages feedback submitted successfully. Otherwise, I will display another message failed to submit feedback, and I will be displaying the student also back to the feedback PHP file. Okay, so now this is everything about the functionality of allowing a student to submit the feedback. So now let's test this out. Okay, so here as you can see, this is my feedback table. Now this table doesn't contain any information, so now let's enter some data. So now when I click on submit, then let's just see here. Okay, so now you can see the record has successfully saved inside the table. Okay, along with the ID, feedback, user ID and user role ID. Okay, so here the user ID and the user role ID is displaying as 3, and 3 is the user ID and user role ID of the student. Okay, so now let's click on this. Okay, so now this particular user has successfully uploaded their feedback about the about this platform. Okay, so this is everything about developing the feature of allowing a student to provide the feedback. In this video we have tried to cover designing the feedback form and developing the feature of storing the feedback inside the MySQL table. Okay, so now that's all for this video, guys. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you guys got some useful and valuable information out of this video. If you guys like this video, click on like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and if you guys have any queries, then let me know in the comment section. Okay, so I will see you guys in my next video, and thanks for watching.